Greetings and welcome to another Trappy Traps opening. This is a Queen's Gambit defense declined. And I'm going to show you this killer trap because it's once again shows you a trap based upon tactical understanding. And when you learn this tactic, you're going to become stronger and go, "Ooh, wait a second. I can see how this is quite useful." So let's go. Queen's Gambit declined. D4, D5, C4. Now, if you don't know this, black is not threatening to take this pawn because white can simply, at the very least, play queen checks and just take it back. All right, so it's not really a threat to take. It's not a true gambit. Okay, it's not like they're going to take the pawn, hold it, or be forced to hold it. Now, you can have other Slav defense, but this is Queen's Gambit declined proper. Like the orthodox, I guess, is what you would call it. Knight to c3, we're hitting d5. So we got knight and pawn hitting pawn. He's got queen and pawn. And the standard move here is instead of queen, let's have overprotect it. All right, pawn takes, knight takes. If a knight takes, we can play e. Black can play e takes d5 or queen takes since the knight's already gone. It's up to you. Stay flexible is the key. All right, so we'll keep black flexible. So we're pressuring d5. He's countering the pressure on d5. So we're going to neutralize the counter guy. So we attack it 1-2 times. He defends it 1 with the pawn, 2 with the queen. This is neutralized by the bishop. So he says, well, if that's good for you, I'll neutralize your attacker by pinning it to the queen. Now you have the relative pin. This knight could technically move, all right? And this is the key. This knight is movable. This knight is not movable because this move is illegal. Bishop takes king, you lose. So that's one way. The other way, the trappy way to defend this, and this is the key, is knight bd7. And what makes knight bd7 so deceptive is that it looks like, hey, look, I just pinned this guy, and now white has 2 versus 1. Don't do it. You have 1. You block the queen's defense with knight bd7. The pawn is the only defender, so he could go, I can go pawn takes, knight takes, and you can't take it. Well, you can take it, but if you do, I'm going to take your queen. Okay, and this is what I call in my tactics the x+1. White is seeing 1, 2, like pawn takes, that's 2. The third move is knight takes d5. So he sees 3 moves deep because he sees the 4th move of knight takes d5, and the 5th move is bishop takes queen. But the thing he misses, he looks 5 moves deep, and he's taking the guy's queen. And that's very attractive. But x+1, in this case, x is 5. You need to look for the 6th move. And what is the 6th move? And this is what this is what I talk about when I say spot the blunder and then don't play it. The blunder is that after you take the queen, you're vulnerable to a counter shot, and I'm going to teach you the counter shot. So this will help you learn why my x+1 is the correct name for this tactical power that you gain. So let's do it. We're going to do 1, 2. Well, it's not defended by the knight, so 3 takes it. He goes 4, goes, well, you can't play knight takes. Now I have to take your queen. 4. I'm sorry, this is 5. Yes, and then the 6th move is the key. So this is the position that white sees. He goes, well, if you look at this position, this is the other thing, chess eye versus chess brain. Chess eye says, dude, you just took his queen. You're winning. Chess brain plays a different game. And the 6th move in the combination for black, notice this king is trapped. He's not trapped. He can play king to d2. Well, what if we hit him with a diagonal piece? Do I have a queen? I do not. Do I have a bishop? Oh, yes, I do. So look, this is the move. Bishop to b4 check. Rut-row. So he's in a rut-row movement. Now, the only legal move is queen up to defend the king. And so what happens, let's look at the most basic version. Bishop takes queen check. King takes queen. And king takes bishop. And guess who's winning? 2 minor pieces and 2 rooks. You got 2 rooks and 3 minor pieces. So we are a knight. Well, not we. Black is a knight ahead. Okay. And that's the thing. You have to be able to see this. So let's go back. This is the killer. So white is clever. He realizes there's an underdefended pawn. But if you do not study openings, this is the traps you fall into. You go, well, why can't, you're at a chess club or whatever. Back in my day, chess club is like, well, why can't I just take this pawn? And then you have to have a better player, a coach, what have you, teacher, go, look, you can't play pawn takes pawn, or you can play pawn takes pawn. This move is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Now you have a weakness, and the bookish move from this position would be like e3 or knight to f3, both of which prepare and threaten knight takes pawn, because now the check doesn't work. Watch. If he doesn't defend it, for example, let's just throw in this move, just a garbage move, all right? Well, now you can just take this pawn, because this defense no longer works, and I'm going to show you. Bishop takes queen. You see the bars. He's winning, because this check is irrelevant. If he played e3, his king would go to e2. If he didn't play it and played knight f3, he just goes and blocks it, and you're done, okay? Or black is done. I'm not saying you, specifically you, but this is the key. This is the blunder. It's premature. You have to create a flight square for the king. And so you might see pawn takes pawn. Oh, let's go back. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. And you'll either see knight f3 or e3. Both of these moves prepare to take this free pawn. And so the book move you would see would be like c6. And now you can't take it. And this is why you would see this and you go, why is this the move? Now you know why. If you look X number of moves deep, which is 5 moves in this position, if you look 5 moves deep, 5 piece movements, not 5 move pairs, you see that you win a queen, but the move 6 is the crusher of bishop to b4 check. So you need to prepare. Normally, I'd say knight f3 is the better move, because you're threatening to take his pawn number 1, and you're developing a piece at the same time. So developing with a threat always is awesome. So this is Trappy Traps number 2, Queen's Gambit Declined. Why can't I take the pawn? Now you know why. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Tell your friends, and make sure to check out my other videos. And as always, like and subscribe.